Blessings, blessings, blessings. Shalom, Yasharella. Welcome. Giving all praise and glory, as always, to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. We give him all praise and glory because he's worthy to be praised for everything. Hallelujah to his glorious and holy name. I want to go into scriptures concerning with the Israelites dealing with the Feast of Tabernacles. It's a very, very important time of the year. It's a time that the Most High blessed us to come back to be able to go over and go through his law, statutes, and commandments. Just a moment. So as always, we're going to start with Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by h.o.i, h.o.d.c, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by h.o.i, h.o.d.c. So we're going to look at Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. It is very important that we see what the Most High starts off here in letting us know. Give us an example in his word of these holy convocations. Leviticus 23 and 1. It says, and the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. So it's speaking only to the children of Israel. Not to everyone, but to the children of Israel. And say unto them concerning the feast of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, meaning holy gatherings. Even these are my feasts. Which is again. He said, even these are my feasts. So they're the feasts of the Most High. These feasts are the feasts of the Most High. 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Most High in all your dwellings. Let you know these feast days. Why did he bring the Sabbath in? Because these feast days are just like the Sabbath day. 6 days you're supposed to work, the seventh day, even the evening you're supposed to be off. That's what he's telling us. It's the Sabbath of the Most High. These are his feasts. And he said, hey, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Most High in all your dwellings. Verse 4. These are the feast of the Most High. These are the feast of the Most High. You see it? Even holy convocations which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. So it's a certain season or particular time of year that these holy convocations, these holy gatherings, these holy days come up. And right now we're in the Feast of Tabernacles. So when we look at Leviticus 23 and 33, it says, and the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. So, you can't make this say that it's talking to everyone when it's speaking to the 12 tribes of Israel, who we are. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Most High. So the 15th day of the month, if you count from the new moon, is when there's a full moon. It's the 15th day of the month. It came in today around 2:12, actually between 2:08 and 2:12 this afternoon. So here we are on the first day shall be in holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. So this is like a Sabbath. This day, from evening to evening. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation. So the first day is holy convocation, and the 8th day is holy convocation. You come together, just like we come together now. It says, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. It is a solemn assembly. And ye shall do no servile work therein. You're not supposed to be going to work on these holy days, these holy convocations, these holy gatherings. These are the feasts of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High, a burnt offering and a meat offering and a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. Everything upon his day. Are you hearing this? This is the Most High's day. Not our days, but his day. Beside the Sabbath of the Most High, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto the Most High. See? Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, which we're in right now. We're not dealing with the Julian calendar. We're dealing with how we look at following the moon cycle every 30 days. 30 times 12 is 360. 360 is what? A complete circle. So it's got to coincide with what it is that the Most High made everything in order. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye shall have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Most High 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. He's letting you know point blank. Nobody can gainsay on what he said. It's a Sabbath. The first day is holy convocation, and the 8th day we come together as holy convocation. It's a Sabbath. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. We're in a generation now. It says, ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths. He gives us orders, commandments. So you shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That's like tents that we have. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High, your power. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Most High. You see, so we were made to dwell in booths, little tents. Because like, when you understand, the angel of the Most High, who is a h.o.d.c, when you read 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, was leading us in a cloud by day, and which is a chariot, or what you call an IFO, identified flying object. Now, unidentified flying objects, we knew what they were. And we knew what they were all the way to the time of slavery here in America, because we sung the song, swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, what did I see? A band of angels coming for me. And it's chariots out of angels. So we dwell in booths until, like if it was daytime, the cloud was over us, above our heads. And when it moved, we packed the tents up and moved to wherever it stopped. Then we put our tents, our booths, as it's saying here, up, and we lived in the booths. At night it turned to a fiery chariot. And if it moved in, we packed up and moved in. That's why he's letting us know, hey, we're supposed to know this. We're supposed to know our story. This is our story. But see, we don't know anything. All we know is getting ready for what? Halloween. Crazy. That's what we're getting ready for as a people. That's all he said. What are we supposed to do? Well, do this. 7 days we had a good time. 8 days, because the first day we have a good time to the 8th day. Come together and have a good time. Israel know about this? No. Most of them don't. Most of them don't care. How many have been there still don't care? They're still doing their own thing. Sad, but it's real. Deuteronomy the 13th chapter. Deuteronomy 13. Deuteronomy 16. Salaki, in the 13th verse. Deuteronomy 16. Deuteronomy 16 and 13. Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days. After that thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine. See, corn and thy wine. Seventh month on the 15th day. And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, that are within thy gates. 7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto the Most High thy power, in the place which the Most High shall choose. Because the Most High thy power shall bless thee in all thine increase, and in all the works of thine hands. Therefore thou shalt surely rejoice. He said 3 times in a year, only 3 times he said, in a year, shall all thy males appear before the Most High thy power in the place which he shall choose. In the feast of unleavened bread, 3 times he said, feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, which you see in the New Testament as the Pentecost in Acts the 2nd chapter. It's called the Feast of Weeks or Feast of Ingathering or Feast of Pentecost. And in the Feast of Tabernacles that we observing right now. And they shall not appear before the Most High empty. I mean, you're supposed to be having something to give when you come to the feast. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of the Most High thy power, which he hath given thee. See, so you're supposed to prepare for the times that you come. You just said 3 times a year. So you're not supposed to come empty. You're supposed to have something to give. Deuteronomy 31 and 9. Deuteronomy 31st chapter and 9th verse. And Moses wrote this law. He delivered it unto the priests, the sons of Levi, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Most High, and unto the elders of Israel. And Moses commanded them, saying, the Levites were the priests that administrated the law to us, all 12 tribes. And Moses commanded them, saying, verse 10, at the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of release, in the Feast of Tabernacles, when all Israel is come to appear before the Most High thy power, in the place which he shall choose, thou shalt read this law before all Israel in their hearing. So he says you're supposed to read this law before all the children of Israel so they can hear it. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and thy stranger that is within thy gates, that they may hear, and that they may learn, and fear the Most High your power, and observe to do all the words of this law. And that their children, which have not known anything, may hear and learn to fear the Most High your power. That's very important. He just said it twice. Most High speak once, say twice, concerning fearing the Most High our power. And that their children, which have not known anything, may hear and learn to fear the Most High your power, as long as ye live in the land whither ye go over Jordan to possess it. We didn't stay long because we end up getting kicked out because we was wicked. Going off, doing whatever we want to do, how we want to do it, how we feel. Most High kicked us out of our land, like the spirits are now. Not knowing what it is that we should be doing to make it to the kingdom, and how we got to act and deal, how we're supposed to deal according to thus it is, as it is written. He kicked us out. We broke his laws. We didn't fear the Most High. Like people don't fear the Most High now. If they really knew, only knew. the mysteries that's in this Bible that has not been taught by no church or nobody that you know, period. Unless they opened this Bible and showed you. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. It's the real. We in the last days. It's counting down, the mercy and grace gonna be lifted up, then who you gonna call on then? Since people don't fear the Most High, he said fear me, that's why he said it twice. People don't really fear him. Because you better know about how he is and what he's about. We didn't. I mean, we didn't. He said, hear his word. We heard it and didn't still listen to the word. Want to follow our own way. So I say, many are deceived by their own vain opinion and an evil suspicion overthrown their judgment. That's us. We as a people. Allow Satan to come in and deal with you. What he deal with? He gonna deal with everything he can to have you not fear the Most High, act up, do what's wrong, like we did, and the Most High kicked us out the land. I walked in the land. That land is desolate. What he said he was gonna do, he did it. There ain't nothing but miles and miles and miles and miles of desolation. Because we was wicked. He said he's going to do it. He did it. Here we are now. 2 Chronicles 8 and 12. Then Solomon offered burnt offerings unto the Most High on the altar of the Most High, which he had built before the porch. Even after a certain rate every day, offering according to the commandment of Moses. See, he's following the commandment of Moses. On the Sabbaths and on the new moons, first day of the month, every month, a feast. And on the solemn feast, like this solemn feast of the Feast of Tabernacles, 3 times in the year, as the Most High told us we're supposed to do, 3 times in the year, even in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and in the Feast of Weeks, which is the saying weeks here, Feast of Ingathering, Feast of Pentecost, and in the Feast of Tabernacles, as the Most High told us, or instructed us to do. He was doing that. Go to the book of Ezra, the 3rd chapter. Ezra, the 3rd chapter. It said, and when the 7th month was come, and the children of Israel were in the cities, the people gathered themselves together as one man in Jerusalem, on one mind, one man in Jerusalem. Then stood up Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and his brethren the priests, and Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and his brethren, and builded the altar of the Most High Power of Israel, to offer burnt offerings thereon, as it is written in the law of Moses, the man of Most High. So you see, they're still following what? The law of Moses, who received the law from the Most High. And they set the altar upon his basis, for fear was upon them because of the people of those countries. And they offered burnt offerings thereon unto the Most High, even burnt offerings morning and evening. They kept also the Feast of Tabernacles, as it is written, and offered the daily burnt offerings by number, according to the custom, as the duty of every day required. And afterward offered the continual burnt offering, both for the new moons, and of all the set feasts of the Most High that were consecrated, and of every one that willingly offered a free will offering unto the Most High. From the first day of the 7th month, which is the Feast of Trumpets, feast in the new moon feast, began they to offer burnt offerings unto the Most High. But the foundation of the temple of the Most High was not yet laid. So the foundation was not laid yet. They gave money also. So people talking about, you're not supposed to give no money. They gave money also. That's money right there. Where we at in the Old Testament? They gave money, so we had money. Also unto the masons, that's the bricklayers and so forth. And to the carpenters, those that work with wood. And meat. They gave meat and drink and oil unto them of Zidon, and to them of Tyre, to bring cedar trees from Lebanon to the sea of Joppa, according to the grant that they had of Cyrus, king of Persia. So Cyrus had gave us money to build the temple. A grant means you have to give it back. Now in the second year of their coming unto the house of the Most High at Jerusalem, in the second month began Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, the son of Zozadak, and the remnant of their brethren, the priests and the Levites, and all they that were come out of the captivity unto Jerusalem, and appointed the Levites from 20 years old and upward, to set forward the work of the house of the Most High. Then stood Jeshua with his sons and his brethren, Kadmiel and his sons, the sons of Judah, together to set forward the workmen in the house of the Most High, the sons of Henadad with their sons and their brethren the Levites. And when the builders laid the foundation of the temple of the Most High, they set the priests in their apparel with trumpets, and the Levites, the sons of Asaph, with cymbals, to praise the Most High after the ordinance of David, king of Israel. And they sang together by course in praising and giving thanks unto the Most High, because he is good. And he's the only one that's good, as Mashiach h.o.i said. Matthew 19:16 down. For his mercy endureth forever toward Israel. Hear that? For his mercy endureth forever toward Israel. And all the people shouted with this great shout when they praised the Most High, because the foundation of the house of the Most High was laid. But many of the priests and Levites and chief of the fathers, who were ancient men, they were elderly men, that had seen the first house, when the foundation of this house was laid before their eyes, wept with a loud voice, and many shouted aloud for joy, so that the people could not discern the noise of the shout of joy from the noise of the weeping of the people. It was so loud, praising the Most High for allowing our temple to be built again. For the people shouted with a loud shout. The noise was heard afar off. Other nations hearing us. Don't know what's going on. Hosea 12:9. Hosea 12:9. See, we had days that we come together and have a good time. See, you said corn and wine. We were drinking wine. Like they call Mashiach h.o.i, gluttonous and a wine bibber. Feasting, barbecuing. What do you think the sacrifices were? Once they barbecued the meat, we ate. Hosea 12:9. And I, that am the Most High, thy power from the land of Egypt, will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles, as in the days of the solemn feast. See? Made us dwell in the tabernacles of the booths, as in the days of the solemn feast. That's what we did. 1 Samuel, the first chapter. 1 Samuel, the first chapter. Chapter 1. Verse 3. 1 Samuel's first chapter, verse 3. And this man went up out of his city yearly to worship and to sacrifice unto the Most High of hosts in Shiloh. And the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, the priests of the Most High, were there. Verse 9. So Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon a seat by a post of the temple of the Most High. Is that you know, and women were there too. Men and women were there. That's why I went to Hannah. That you know that she was there too. Women, like you said, the women and the children. But men were required to come 3 times in the year. Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of Weeks, and Feast of the Tabernacles. Men are required to do this. Zechariah 14. But I just show you where, you know, that she was there. You can read the whole story concerning her. I just brought her up to show that women were there. Zechariah the 14th chapter. We're going to look at verse 16. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Israel shall even go up from year to year to worship the King. The power of powers, the power of hosts, power of armies, power of angels, and to keep the feast of tabernacles. You hear that? Read it again. It shall come to pass in the kingdom. It shall come to pass as h.o.i is ruling under the power of the Most High, and we the Israelites are in power. 144,000, 12,000 from each of the tribes of Israel. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations, you got a remnant of all the nations, which came against Jerusalem, came against the Israelites, shall even go up from year to year to worship the King. And go from year to year to worship the King. The power of hosts, power of armies, power of angels. And to keep the feast of tabernacles. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the power of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. Ain't gonna be no blessings. You don't come up to worship. You see, that's why I say people take this lightly, like it's just something you can take or leave. I don't have to do that. We in captivity, or even the other nations. You're gonna do it whether you like it or not, or you're not gonna be blessed. Rain means you're gonna be blessed. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague. Now I say now even not give you rain, but say then you're gonna bring a plague. Here come the plague, wherewith the Most High will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. He's gonna bring plagues on them. This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. Just how important it is. He said, in that day shall there be upon the bells of the horses holiness unto the Most High, and the pots in the Most High's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. Yeah, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness unto the Most High power of hosts, and all they that sacrifice shall come and take of them, and seize therein. And in that day there shall be no more the Canaanite in the house of the Most High of hosts. Ain't gonna be no more the Canaanite in the house of the Most High of hosts. Finished. Finished. Let you know, a lot of these scriptures tell you about certain nations. He Most High gonna just do them in. Straight up. So let's go to John the 7th chapter. Let's start at verse 1. After these things, h.o.i walked in Galilee. For he would not walk in Jewry, that's Jerusalem, because the Jews sought to kill him. So he had to move to somewhere else, go somewhere else, because the Jews sought to kill him. Now the Jews' Feast of Tabernacles was at hand. The Feast of Tabernacles was at hand. His brethren therefore said unto him, Depart hence, and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. So they say, depart and go into Jerusalem, Judea, so that the disciples could see all the works that he's doing. But there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeth to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. For neither did his brethren believe in him. See? But they didn't understand. He said, that's like, show what you could do. So everybody exalts you, but they ain't really understand Mashiach Yahweh's spirit. Like a lot of people don't know, because this world is so sensitive to be able to look at being someone in hell. Just how he was, Philippians 2:5. It said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach Yahweh. Verse 7. But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself, and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. So they wanted him to show himself open so everybody can see what he's doing. He could be exalted. That one is spirit. John 7:6. Then Mashiach said unto them, my time is not yet come, but your time is always ready. Hear that? He said, my time ain't come, but your time is always ready. Anytime you can be put to death. Most I can come and get you. The world cannot hate you, but me it hate it, because I testify of it. So we testify to the world. How's the world? That the works thereof, the works in the world that he's living in, are evil. Now whose world was it? Wasn't our world. It was the Roman world. So-called Italian Caucasian world. They was who bought the earth. And we sitting there, the Pharisees and the scribes, and just went over this. They operating with the Romans. They're afraid if they don't get rid of Mashiach, what did it say? Verse 1. After these things, Mashiach walked in Galilee, northern Israel, for he would not walk in Jewry, southern Israel, because the Jews sought to kill him. Wicked Israelites. The ones that was the leaders. Wicked as ever. That's why he said the world, in verse 7, the world cannot hate you, but me it hated. Even 2/3 of the Israelites. Because I testify of it. Now, you can say whatever you want to say, but Pilate said, I washed my hands of this man's blood and then beat him, had him beat. And all the things that he went through before they hung him on a tree. You see? So they still guilty, because he had the right to say, no, I'm not giving you Barabbas, the murderer. I'm going to release Mashiach Yahweh. But he didn't, because the Mashiach Yahweh had to go through this. So, but whoever it is that did it, like Judah, he said it'd been better for him not to be born than to turn him in like that. But he did. Now, people going to do what they going to do, and there is a judgment. Oh yeah, the Most High going to bring the judgment. You better believe it. Through a Mashiach Yahweh. That's why he said, verse 7, the world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of it that the works thereof in this world are evil. Go ye up unto this feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet fully come. When he had said these words unto them, he abode still in Galilee. He stayed in Galilee. He told them to go ahead on. Go on to the feast. I'm going to stay here. Till my time is right for me to come. But when his brethren were gone up, so they went up to Jerusalem, said, then went he also up unto the feast. So he went to the feast of what? Verse 3. Now the Jews' feast of Tabernacles was at hand. Are they hosting the Feast of Tabernacles in the regular churches? They supposed to believe in their Jesus. Are they hosting the Feast of Tabernacles? This is what the Mashiach did. They say they want to be like him. They're going to follow him. This is what he did. Verse 10, but when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up unto the feast of Tabernacles. 3 times in a year, that's one of the feasts. The Most High said we're supposed to observe. He didn't sin, so what you think? He going to do opposite of what the Most High said we're supposed to do? No. Not openly, but as it were in secret. Because they wanted to kill him. But he still went up. Then the Jews sought him at the feast and said, where is he? Asked the disciples, where is he at? And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him, for some said, he is a good man. Others said, nay, but he deceiveth the people. Howbeit, no man spake openly of him for fear of the Jews, because they wanted to kill him. They talking amongst their little pockets, you know. They ain't want the Pharisees and the scribes and the elders and the chief priests and all them to hear him, and the Sadducees. Now about the midst of the feast, h.o.d.c went up into the temple and taught. Midst of the feast. He went up in the temple and taught. And the Jews marveled, saying, how knoweth this man letters, having never learned? h.o.d.c answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. See, my doctrine is not mine, but the Most High that sent him. That's why the Most High have a voice, and the h.o.d.c is that word of the Most High, all the way from John 1 and 1. I mean, go to John 1 and 1, he'll tell you. With understanding, the very beginning, Genesis 1 and 1, was the Word. Was the Word. And the Word was with the Most High, and the Word was, it says God, but that's a Mashiach Yahushua, who is a God. Now you call us gods. You are gods. You are the children of the Most High, but you should die like men. The same was in the beginning with the Most High. See? In the beginning was the Word. The Most High have a voice, and from a voice come words. That's why he's the Word of the Most High. He's the Word of the Most High. Then, you're going to be the Word of the Most High when he comes back. Look. It's like that. That's the way it is. Point blank. Here we go. It says in Revelation 19 and 13. This is Mashiach Yahushua when he come to judge and make war, like it says in verse 11. Verse 13, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. Dipped in blood. This is not no blood from no animals, this is blood from people that he's going to take down to set up righteousness on this earth. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. Can't get no clearer than that. His name is called the Word of the Most High. So go back to John the 7th chapter. Verse 16. Mashiach answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. The Most High. If any man will do his will, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of the Most High or whether I speak of myself. If you know the Most High's will, then you're going to know of Mashiach Yahushua doctrine, whether it be of the Most High or whether he's trying to exalt himself. He just told you he didn't make himself no reputation. But he was the Son of the Most High, bringing forth the Word of the Most High as the Word of the Most High. He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory. Hear what he's saying now? He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory, looking to be somebody. But he that seeketh his glory that sent him, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. Did not Moses give you the law? See, Moses gave you the law, and yet none of you keepeth the law. Why do you about to kill me? So you don't keep the law. That's why you look at, this still goes right along with what we're dealing with in Galatians the 3rd chapter. Who have bewitched you? I mean, it's the same thing. You can add that right to Mark 7 and 9. He said, did not Moses give you the law? He said, and yet none of you keepeth it. Keepeth the law. Why are you about to kill me? No different what he said to them in Mark 7 and 9. And you know, it's got to keep coming so you really see this. This is what was going on with the mindset of the leaders. Our leaders that was in charge over us. Mark 7 and 9, and he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of the Most High, that ye may keep your own tradition. That's why he's saying what he's saying to them. They was keeping their own tradition, not the commandments of the Most High. Verse 7, howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandments of men. This is what was going on. He at the feast telling them. St. John 7 and 19. Did not Moses give you the law? And yet none of you keepeth the law. Why are you about to kill me? People answered and said, thou hast a devil. Oh man, they're really going deep here, right? Thou hast a devil. Who goeth about to kill thee? Moshe answered and said unto them, I have done one work, and ye all marvel. Moses therefore gave unto you circumcision, not because it is of Moses, but of the fathers. And ye on the Sabbath day circumcise a man. On the Sabbath day they circumcise a man. If a man on the Sabbath day receives circumcision, but he should have received it in the 8th day, but hey, he's a grown man, now they circumcising him. That the law of Moses should not be broken. Are ye angry at me because I have made a man every whit whole on the Sabbath day? That was tripping with him. Yet they'll cut a man, throw him up, and circumcise him on the Sabbath. And they tripping on him because he done made a man whole. That's our people. That's how we are. That's why he said, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Because it was righteous for him to do what he did on the Sabbath. Making someone whole. Then said some of them of Jerusalem, is not this he whom they seek to kill? They talking in their little corners. No, Israel is whispering and always got something to say. Ain't this him that they want to kill? But lo, he's speaking boldly. And they say nothing unto him. Do the rulers know indeed that this is the very Mashiach? They ain't say Jesus. They said Mashiach, the Messiah, the anointed. There's only one. That's him. And they knew it. This the people. They knew that he was Mashiach. Howbeit we know this man, whence he is, but when Mashiach cometh, no man knoweth when he is, whence he is. It says, then cried Mashiach in the temple as he taught, saying, ye both know me, and ye know whence I am, and I am not come of myself, but he that sent me is true, whom ye know not. So you don't know the Most High. But I know him, for I am from him, and he hath sent me. Then they sought to take him. He said that, hey, the Most High sent you, oh yeah? They wanted to take him. But no man laid hands on him because his hour was not yet come. So it is what it is. Until your hour come, ain't nothing gonna happen to you.